Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Davis, and today we're going to go over turtling. So turtling is the ability for a function to return a function at its core. Uh, it allows you to basically do, within a function, store some data, return a function, allow you to call it later, uh, and still retain that amount of data. So if you, let's just say you have a function and you want A and B to stay the same. It's going to, add A and B together. Let's just say that equals C. And then, maybe the third option of D that you want to add to is going to vary. It's going to be different. This allows you to reuse the same function while adding in D differently. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but let's just showcase this real quick. So we're going to have a function of, sum, right? I want to pass it A and B. I want to come down and we're going to say, hey, let C equal A plus B, right? And you can sit there and do a return, and we can say D, and we'll do a turtling function, and this is going to return C plus D, right? And then we can call this, and we'll call, we'll assign this a function here, a variable. We'll just say let current sum equal to sum of, let's just say 2 and 2, right? And so if we console log this, current sum, we're going to do the function, right? We're not going to actually get the math here, but we know this is working. And so if we sit there and say, hey, let's go ahead and do current sum of 1, we're going to get 5. Just 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. And we can then, let's go ahead and store these variables. Let's do let new sum equals sum. And equal current sum, and let's pass in 1 here. And now we can sit there and just do new sum, and we'll console log that, right? 5. But this also allows us to do let new sum again equal current sum, and let's just say 50, and that'll be 54. And so we can come down here and do a console.log of new sum again, right? We run that, we got 54. This is a very simple version, and also we can do something more reasonable within this, right? So we can do a return of D, which will be A plus B plus D, right? And this will be the same thing. A way to make it, and we can actually do this, even more like this. You can just keep curling things over and over and over. So we can also curl in here and have this return several functions within functions and keep stacking those on top of each other. But let's comment this out. Let's do something a bit more realistic. And we'll create a function, and we'll call this the census, right? And within the census, I don't know if I spelled that right, we'll pass in an array. And within this array, we're going to want to create something called a population, and we'll make that equal to an object, basically, just to imitate like a hash table. We're going to need to iterate over this array. We're not going to do any like condition if statements to check, make sure that it is an array, make sure it's not empty and stuff like that. No TDD here. So what we're going to have is we're going to want to go over this array here. So we'll just do a standard for loop, and we'll do I is less than array.length. And we'll say I plus plus. And within this, we'll just say let birth year equal to array at I at 0, because the birth year will be the first thing, because this is going to be a matrix of arrays. And we know the second item is going to be the second item. So we'll do array at I at 1. And then we'll just do another for loop. And basically, we're going to start at the birth year and increment to the death year. And so we'll do let year equal birth year, because we want to start it there. And we want this as long as year is less than the death year. And then we do year plus plus. Right, and then within this, we're going to check, and we're going to say, hey, is our population at year, does that exist? And because this is JavaScript, that'll return true or not. And if it does already exist, aka that spot already has a number, we will just take population at year and increment. If it does not exist, we will do an else, and we'll say population at year is equal to 1. Right, and so let's find the end of this for loop down here. Now our population will be filled. So we can return our function. So we can do a return of year and a return of year, and this will be a population at year. And so just like before, we're going to do let current census equal census, and we'll pass in some arrays, and we'll just say 1986 to 2020, and we'll do a 1965 to 2005, and we'll do one more where we're doing like 1981 to 2040, right? And now what we can do here is now we can do a let current population is going to be equal to our current census, and we want to grab the year at 2000. Just to make this easy, because we know all three of these are going to be alive, and we can sit there and console.log our current population. All right, and let's run this, and we'll get 3. And just to showcase this, we can console.log our population. 1965 all the way down, right, to 2039. Oh, I did mess up here. This should be an equal sign. Because they died in 2040, so we don't know if they died in January or if they died in December, so we'll just claim that they're alive for the whole year. So now we can just constantly create new things, but instead of new variables, we'll just console log, right? Console.log, and we'll just say 19. We'll do current census at 1980, right? And we get 1. If we did it at 2025, we also get 1 because that's when this person was live. Yeah, that's my 2 bits on that. So you basically are able to store the first part of the function is this right here. And so this population will get populated because we do our for loop here, iterating over that. And so when we call this, this population, is locally, scoped and within this function. And so you can then reuse this function over and over and get the same population information. That's kind of what I have here. Obviously you would need a more dynamic way of inputting an array, whether you're using React or whatever, and doing that from state, pulling that from a database, whatever you got to do from there. But this is just a basic understanding of our curling operation here. Let's actually clear that out and then run this. There we go. So there we go. And that's the end of the video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or on YouTube. All right.